Hey guys, today I'm going to make a secret base inside of this dude's base, Punky. The name suits him. This is one of his bases, and then over here he has a little shack right next to it. I need to turn off the chat or make it smaller, goodness. Yo, I just got civilian rank I just saw while I was doing the chat thing. So that means I can build around spawn. And next episode of secret bases, I want to build a secret base under the XP farm that's at spawn and get rich by selling infested potions, because that's what the XP farm runs off of. Anyways, back to Punky. He also has a underground system over here that I could work on later. There's a bunch of different tunnel systems connected here for his clan. The plan is to make a secret base under this, because over there, okay, the water is still there, good. So if I dig down here, there's just already this hole here. I placed this piston. This hole was here before. I find it interesting that it's right in front of his door. So 1, 2, yeah, I don't know what they're trying to do, but there's nothing down there, so I'm gonna make the secret base down there. Let me show you the redstone I'm planning on doing. Okay, so over here, I'm just gonna have a simple contraption that activates through this, because when this is powering this, it makes this no longer a full block. So it's no longer powering this redstone, which means this redstone torch turns on very briefly to push this piston, which then makes this no longer a path block. And then it goes down into this simple double piston extender and puller. All it is this block gets powered one way or another, whether it's a button or redstone line. It powers this repeater, which pushes this, and at the same time the observer sees that it was powered, and then it powers this block, then powers that piston, which will have been pushed up. And then when that repeater turns off, the observer will also detect that and then power it again, like this. So I do that, I go down in here, and then I have a observer hooked up to this trap door, which allows me to get back into crawl mode. And I just have a repeater sticking out of it so that I can have a little bit of a stronger signal coming out and longer. And then I have it going into a pulse extender, because the observer's signal strength is too short to activate that stuff properly. I can reset it by flickering it around a bit. So if I do this, then it'll open it back for me to go up. And then I was planning on doing something cool like this, where if you just fall down, you die. But if you throw an item in first and then go after it, you can get through. I didn't get the timing right. And then it'll lead you to a secret base, but that won't be the final secret base. There will be a wall, and it won't look obvious like this. It'll be flush. And then if I place a very specific block in a certain area, then it will open the door. And the way this works is, this is just a simple item sorting machine. Then when it gets powered enough to let an item through, I have a signal coming off of here to activate this trapdoor, which will send 2 signals to this observer, one of it opening and one of it closing, which goes into that dispenser, which has a water bucket. And I have a calibrated skulk sensor up here, which is calibrated to level 13, which is placing blocks and liquids. So that way I can have this really flush if I want to make the wall big and tall and I don't have to do redstone in the ceiling, and I wanted the room big. So that is one way to do it. Or you could just hook up this redstone and make it line up into these two, and that would still work. And then I have this, which is a hopper system pulling that item into a dropper, which automatically, whenever there's something inside of it, like these, it gets flicked out by this purple system over here, which is just an automatic item dispensary. And then this pressure plate underneath of it is powering a rail, because I didn't want it powering this dropper if I were to do a redstone dust. And then the observer clicks in and does the water to have it open. Oh, that hasn't happened before. In the design, I'll modify it so that the pressure plate's not right next to it. So let's get into building it. Okay, so funny thing, the skulk sensors that I want to use, I literally just got them for free from the dude I'm making the secret base in. Here's the chat messages to prove it. Oh my gosh. So after a long time, this is like the next day. This part was simple. I figured I just inputted this, I put the thing here, and bam. Now you can get in the water, open this, and it closes behind you. Originally I was trying to think of a way to bait them in, like, get them, oh, there's a door here, oh no, you get pushed into this, and then I realized it can be way simpler. So firstly, if you want them to die from the fall, it needs to be a minimum of 104 blocks. Otherwise, with feather falling 4 and prop 4 armor, they will survive. So I simplified my design because the design of throwing down a item, while clever and interesting, it requires me to time things, and I don't want to have to manually count each and every time I go in the base. So they're just gonna be like, oh wait, because most Minecrafters, when they see a painting, they're like, yes, let me run through that. And they're not gonna be cautious about it. They're like, ooh, I found a secret. And then they're gonna just fall. And because they're falling, they won't see that stone button. But what we do is we click the stone button, and what that does is it activates that redstone, activates this dropper, which sends it down all the way here. And what it did is this comparator, it's noticed that there was an item in it for a second. And then that turned on this bulb. That bulb is being detected by here, which then turns off this redstone torch, and then would allow us to fall down safely. And these are made out of stairs, so if someone were to try and place a water bucket to clutch, they would die. So when you hit the pressure plate, it instantly closes back behind you, because the pressure plate activates this redstone line, which then activates the copper bulb again. And then this notices it's not in the, this goes back to its normal state. I'm gonna need a way up anyways, so this kind of helps, because over here that hopper picks it up, puts it in here, and I just click that to make it go. That sends that item back up so we can reuse the same items. And then this gives me a way to get up myself. And weirdly enough, water bubble columns don't make any noise. And then I'll have this in a spot where I can make a basic piston door that just allows me to get back into the room. Oh, and I forgot to mention this bubble there. On the opposite side where the dispenser was, this dispenser was over there, you have a hole in the bubble vader, and then the hopper underneath. And you could do that on any side, as long as the hole's on one side and the dispenser's on the other side. And that way you can, each and every time, it'll manage to get back into your dispenser to get used to throw down and be detected. Next, creating a note block that dings when it's safe for me to jump. It's as simple as having 5 repeaters on full delay going into a note block. And you can change the note block instrument by putting different blocks underneath. Now I need to replicate this in the server. It's been a day again. And so far I already showed you guys this part, you know, that activates down here. And then I close the door behind me. Bam. I got this area all decorated now. A little bit of storage. We want them to think it is. And for them to go down like this. Oh, I left it open. Okay, close that. It would have killed them otherwise. And I ended up putting full blocks at the very bottom area. And also on the area around the bottom area. So that way light wouldn't get through. Because the slabs, I mean the stairs were letting through light. But other than that, the whole rest of the way is MLG proof. Over here is just a door that leads to like the redstone stuff. And then automatically when you press the pressure plate, it clicks the dropper that makes the thing go up. And then that item to get recycled like I showed you before. And then if I swim out of this, the way out, I somehow managed to swim into a half a block spot underneath that hopper. Cool. And then over here, it's just the exit that way. So, if we press this button, uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. I don't hear the ring or anything happening. There's one missing here. That's why. So, if you guys are replicating this, try and make sure you don't make your redstone so compactly hugging the tube, so that way you can use stairs as a way to make it not waterloggable. Or you could use fence gates, but I kind of wanted it to give you the illusion of you can water bucket clutch, but you can't. I can use a crafting table at the bottom. So now the button should work. Now I can jump. Just enough time. Okay, let's switch it out to the crafting table. Closes up behind me. Bam. Oh shoot. He's online. Luckily I'm far enough down where he can't see, but I'm going to show you guys and Taylor, who I'm on a call with, my progress. I'm almost done. And then this pressure plate closes it back up. And this isn't a real secret base. It's just, haha, you thought. And wow. Then this is the way to get back up. This is just the redstone. And then this is this cute little area. Would you believe me if I told you that this was the last of the secret bases?
No.
Good. So over here I have a special key. It's named a very specific thing, and if I throw it right here,
what?
Yeah, and then it closes behind me, and then it just threw the key back out so I can pick it up again. Alrighty guys, so I have officially finished. I haven't been caught. He's not online right now, and I'm very happy with how this turned out. So we have the first entrance at the water, so that's one secret base, and then we have this secret base down here. And then, oops, and I place this, and then we have our third secret base. And over here's an enchantment setup, fully functional. Some lapis lazuli. Some dude gave me like 4 stacks of anvils. I just wanted like a few maybe. It was actually Balfalfa down here. Then over here, I have these books. And in this one is the first ever permission slip I got. It wasn't actually signed though, so. But over here, this one's signed. This is the actual original one for the person I'm in right now. And then over this is another one. And then these 3 are one. And then all the rest of them are just normal books. As I get more and more permission slips, I'll put them here. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you enjoyed, feel free to check out this video of Culture Craft, where I did my base interior on my Forever World. Alright, see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.